Are you like me, hoarding gear at the end of the wipe in Arc Raiders? Have you farmed 5 million credits of stash value yet? Are your raids full of free kits? I thought so. I think there's a massive problem with Arc Raiders exhibition and nobody's talking about it. But I think I've got the solution to the problem. Before we get into it, I'd like to start by saying I love this game. I absolutely love it. It has been my game of the year and I've spent over 300 hours playing it. It has been an absolute blast in terms of the gaming loop, the aesthetics, the audio design, the balance between PvP and PvE. I think they've absolutely nailed it and I don't want them to change a thing. But I think the exhibition in its current format is miles off the mark, and before I break out why, let's recap what the expedition is in Arc Raiders. As you level up in Arc Raiders, you unlock the expedition section in the Raider menu. This is the soft wipe or prestige system available for more experienced players. It allows you to send your raider off into the sunset, resetting your stash, credits, blueprints and Raider XP in a trade-off for up to 5 additional skill points, XP bonus, repair bonus and extra stash space. First you have to load up the caravan with different types of supplies or loot through 5 different stages, each one more difficult than the next. Once loaded, a window will open up. Currently these dates they're on our screen, and then during this window you can secure your raider up and they will head off into the sunset on that set date, which I believe is around December 23rd at the moment. The amount of additional skill points that will be calculated based on the value of your stash value plus all of the raider credits that you have. 1 million value equals 1 extra skill point, or 1 million credits equals 1 extra skill point. So to get 5 you need 5 million worth of value in your stash. Now here's the thing, I've played for over 300 hours and I've barely made it above 5 million, just. So where's the problem? Now that I have got to 5 million, or even when I was saving up, I was not encouraged to take anything of value into a raid. There was just no need for me to take anything valuable in, because more than likely that was probably going to be a setback if I died in terms of farming the 5 million value. And with the free kits not having a cooldown, winning big from a free loadout could be much more value farming efficient, and I guess that's the problem. We're all just value farming now. None of us are actually playing the game as it was intended. We're just looking for like the most valuable goop and getting it out, and that's it. And we're looking for the most efficient way to do that, and that's it. And that's wrong. I feel like towards the end of the wipe, we should be using our loot instead of hoarding it, right? We should be bringing it in, using all the stuff that, wow, I've always wanted to use this weapon, always wanted to use this stock, always wanted to use this anvil splitter. Instead, we're never going to get to play with it, and we're just going to send it all off for free. It just doesn't make any sense. If you played any game like this, then having a wipe, an organic wipe, or even a soft wipe implemented by other games, you're encouraged to take your gear into the raid, to take the risks, and to actually use your stuff, not hoard it. Raids are full of free kits, and this is also a problem for casual players. I've played for over 300 hours. This is unachievable for most players. I've talked about some of these more than others, but here's a complete list of the issues I see with the current exhibition system. You're encouraged to hoard loot instead of using it. It's unachievable for most players. We've already contributed millions to the caravan. Some players won't even finish loading it. We're just value farming instead of playing. And there's no big wins, and I think this is the big one. There's no big wins for casuals with everyone using free kits. Instead of casuals being able to kill a guy that's brought in all his stuff before the wipe and be able to catch up, there's none of that mechanics happening because everyone's just coming in with free kits. Also, at the time of recording, there is nowhere in the menus where I can see my stash value. So if you're going to set me this target of 5 million credits or stash value or whatever, let me see it, right? And I know that you can do it if you fool your computer, or if you tell it it's the 20th, the computer will then show you the raider window and you'll be able to actually see your stash value. But the idea that this whole build up, this 2-month period where we're all building up our stash and none of us can see our value, that is absolutely ridiculous. But that is a noob error, right? You're going to tell me that you're going to measure me by something, but you're not going to ever report to me that value. You're not going to ever tell me how well I'm doing against that target. It's just crazy. Okay, so what could Embark do to improve the exhibition? Here's my idea. Each stage of the caravan loading is a lot more difficult than it is now, okay? So we make everything harder, right? But each stage completed grants you an additional skill point upon exhibition departure. Once a raider activates the first stage, they become eligible to depart on the exhibition. So that means straight away, the inexperienced or casual players can engage in the exhibition just by doing the first stage, which I think currently it's unachievable. So this makes it more accessible to casual players and even mid players, to be honest with you. I think the stages should be a lot harder to achieve. For example, stage 5 could be handing 15 queen cores and 5 matriarch cores. For example, right? That would be difficult. It would give you a good reason to go and farm queens and matriarchs, and it would give you a good damn reason to take some of your loot in to go and kill some of those queens and matriarchs. At the moment, I have no reason to take that gear in and fight a queen. I've got no reason whatsoever. Everything's going to wipe in like 3 days. Why would I do it right now? But if I hadn't achieved stage 5, it would give me a reason, or if my friend needed 5 queen cores, we could be going in stacked to the titties and going into a raid and actually targeting a kill of an arc. And right now, I don't know what to do. All we're doing is, me and my friends, we're just going Stellamontis free kits. That's all we're doing, and I think it's because we're all lost. We all love this game. We all fell in love with it, but now we just don't know what to do with it anymore. And I think that's because that's due to the exhibition system in its current format that's encouraging us to just hold on to all of our good loot, and then it's all going to go, and we're never going to use it all. It's just wrong. It's just wrong by design. And I think these guys are better than that. Let's revisit the problem space with my idea of what I just laid out in terms of an exhibition replacement system. And we'll see how it solves all of these issues. So you're encouraged to hoard loot instead of using it. That's dealt with straight away. Yeah, if you're achieving those 5 stages, you've got a reason to go in and take goop. It's unachievable for most players. We just fixed that. Because if you complete the first stage in my system, you can send a caravan, right? You're just going to get 1 skill point. We've already contributed millions to the caravan. Yeah, well, we are going to contribute loads to the caravan. That's the whole idea. Each stage will give you 1 skill point. Some players won't even finish loading the caravan. Well, I think we've fixed that by having that one. As soon as you complete the first stage, you can send your caravan. You're eligible. Value farming instead of playing. Yeah, this is really annoying me now. Like, we're going in and like our sole thing is just to get loot out or just PvP. Like, that's all we're doing. Like, I've got no other reason to play the game at this point in time. I know there's bringing quests, they're bringing the snow update, blah 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 blah. I understand that. But right now, everyone is value farming in the game instead of playing it. I think we fixed that by bringing in this exhibition system. People will be playing the game again. They'll have targets. They'll be trying to get their tier 5 or their 5th skill point. It's much easier to show people their progress with this. They can see on the screen how many stages they've completed. There's no big wins for casuals as free kits are commonplace. Well, look, I think if people are going in to kill queens and matriarchs to get their stage 5, that's a target for the players, the casual players, to go and get them, go and chase them down and go and get some really good goop. At the time of recording, you can't even see the value of stash. Well, I can't fix that. I mean, again, I think if you have the 5 stages of the exhibition leading to a skill point each, I think it's really easy. Everyone understands what they've got to do right from the beginning of the season. They know exactly what they need to do in order to get the skill points for the departure. So I think we've dealt with all of those issues by adopting my system. So like I say, I think it's not even that difficult to implement because they've already got the 5 stages. They just need to make them more difficult. And I think all of this idea of stash value, that all needs to go. That's just stupid. Towards the end of a wipe in any other game, you're going in stacked to the titties, taking your best gear, your best armor, your best guns, your best attachments, you know, and then you die within a few minutes. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you know, let us do that. Let us experience the ups and downs of a wipe cycle or a seasonal cycle. Again, I love Ark Raiders. I want the game to stick around and do well, and that's why I've put these ideas together. I hope something similar gets implemented, I really do. I think this is a really simple fix to this system, and would really encourage players to go into raids and actually challenge themselves in order to get like big Ark kills and stuff like that. Currently I think the trials, it's not quite on the money in terms of giving you a reason to play. It's nice rewards and stuff like that, and it's a nice little system. I also think, you know, putting a few PvP trials in the trials would be really cool. If you think about it, it's a PvP PvE game, it's both, right? But if you look at those trials, every single one of them is PvE. And I think if you had a really cool one like most damage to players or whatever in a raid, like, you'd really encourage people to go in, get some kills in their team, and then actually get out rather than like overstaying and stuff like that. So I think that could really encourage some PvP on some maps. But anyway, some simple ideas. Again, I love the game. I really want it to do well. I really hope they implement some of these ideas, or they do something different for the exhibition system than what we've got now, because it really doesn't feel great. And like I say, I want it to be better. I want the game to be better. I just want to be clear, I'm not advocating that they cancel all plans for this exhibition and change the system. They're stuck with it now. Let's do this system now. You've told everyone what you're doing. Everyone knows, sort of, kind of, even though they can't see their value, everyone kind of knows where they're at. Don't change it for this wipe. But for the next exhibition, I really hope that somebody in Embark hears my ideas or has similar ideas and just makes the exhibition something that makes you not hold on and hoard on to your gear, because that's kind of against the grain of this type of game. Like late wipe, you should be taking all of your stuff in. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making it, actually, and putting a bit of structure in the video, trying to get my point across. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like and a subscribe. It helps the algorithm to get people to me. I've got lots of survival shooter sort of game videos, so if you want to go and have a look at those, please do, on my channel. I've been TopperGG, and thank you very much for watching.